Hi everyone. Well, here we are back again. Here's a quick video on stroke and fill part 2. Mainly the same as the last one, but there's one new thing that we have to talk about, and that's with fonts and how to move the stroke to the outside of text. So let's go ahead and download our worksheet from my website, Tools 1B, and it's going to download, it's going to give us a preview. We're going to download it to our OneDrive, and let's go and open it up directly from there and work from it. All right. So we are going to look at this stroke and fill worksheet, part 2. Let's look at this first one. So first and foremost, reminder, just like the last one, you need to have your stroke toolbar open, which is right here. And again, make sure you are showing the whole stroke toolbar. This is the stroke toolbar collapsed. This is the stroke toolbar expanded. Now, here's what we're going to do on this first one. Make the gray circles look exactly like the ones above each one. And you are not going to change the circle itself. And you're only going to adjust the stroke or the align settings. The align settings are outside, inside, and outside. Sorry, center, inside, outside. All right, so let's go ahead and zoom in on, check this out. I'm going to zoom in just this area. It makes it a little bit easier for us to see. Move this to the side, stroke toolbar over here. All right, so we got a 10-point stroke settings. 10 point, 10 point, 10 point. And let's go ahead. Again, I'm going to grab all three of these. Let's go ahead and save some time. Grab all three of these circles. Instead of just selecting one and doing one at a time, let's click and drag. And again, just touch whatever you touch. Illustrator selects, as long as you have your selection tool, touch the first circle, second circle, and third. And I'm going to change this to a yellow fill. Let's go ahead and hit X on my keyboard to change it to the fill. And I'm going to switch this to yellow. Hit X on my keyboard, change it to green. And let's go ahead, and I think it's a little bit different green. One of these are close, whatever's close enough, and change it to a 10-point stroke. Drop arrow, 10 point. Boy, that green's really off. How about there? All right, now let's change these. The center one is good. This is the center. As you can see, let me zoom in. As you can see, the stroke is half on the inside, half on the outside. Control minus, 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 space bar, move my page over. Let's click on the second one. We're going to move the stroke to the outside, which on my stroke toolbar, this is my inside, this is my outside. Third circle, inside, space bar, drag your page over. We're going to repeat the process for this one, but it's going to be a 20-point stroke. So let's grab all three circles. Right now, I've got my stroke in the front, so let's go ahead and change this to magenta, bright pink. Let's change it to a 20-point stroke, big, thick stroke. I'm going to hit X on my keyboard, and change it to this light blue right here. All right, let's deselect to unselect. Click on the middle one, move the stroke alignment to the outside, this one to the inside. Control minus, minus. All right, I will leave this for you guys, but this one, you can do the exact same thing, very similar. Make the black J-A-G, and make the black letters, this J look like this one. The stroke is on the center. This one stroke is on the inside. This stroke is on the outside, but also match the colors. Gray fill, blue stroke, but you are going to also be using the align stroke to the center, inside, outside. Now where it gets a little bit trickier is when we first type text. So you need to type the following words, and we're going to try to make them look exactly the same. And the only way you can make it look exactly the same is if we move the stroke to the outside. So let me first type Cooper Black 75 point. I'm going to type that. I'm going to go to my type tool. I'm on my type tool, and my preference is to just single click. I'm going to type Cooper, C-O-O-P-E-R, B-L-A-C-K, 75 PT. And again, this is just my workflow. This is my preference. Right now, I'm editing my text. I don't want to have to go. I could highlight my text and change the font, but I prefer just to go back to my black arrow, or you could hit escape on your keyboard, and you don't have to highlight the text. When you're not editing it, I could just come up here and change the font. So this right here that I have is right now Myriad Pro. I'm going to click here. You could drop down, hit the drop arrow. We're going to go to the alphabetically to the letter C for Cooper Black. And up here where it says 12 point, it only goes to, it goes to 72 point, but we need 75. So I'm actually going to come here. I'm going to highlight this, 75, enter. Now I've got Cooper Black. Now let me change this to a pink stroke, pink fill. Change this to magenta fill. X on my keyboard to switch it to stroke. Change to black, and let's increase the weight. I don't know exactly what the stroke weight is, so I'm just gonna hit up arrow until it looks pretty similar, almost right about there. Well, this is not looking the same. It's starting to fill in. So we need to move the stroke. Again, let me come up here to these instructions. We need to move the stroke to the outside of the text. And if I'm right here, I come over here to outside, it does not allow me, I'm clicking on it, but it does not allow me to. So the way we have to do it is we have to, what we call, unfont it. Right now it's a font, but I'm going to unfont it. So it's no longer a font. And once you unfont it, you can't change the font anymore. Make sure you're on Cooper Black right now. It's not going to be a font. It's just going to be shapes that look like letters. And the way we do that is right-click, create outlines. Right-click, create outlines. Now when I come up to my align stroke, I can move it to the outside, and there we go. Now we've matched the one above it. The same will go for these two. I'll do the middle one. Go to my type tool, single click, impact, 90 point, black arrow, move it over, go up to my font names. This one's in my previous font, Cooper Black. I could hit the drop arrow and go and look for the I for impact, scroll all the way down, or just right now it's Cooper Black is highlighted, so I'm just going to type IMP. Perfect, and go to impact, font size, highlight, 90, enter. Let me change my colors around. Let me switch these over here by clicking X on my keyboard. Yellow, X, black, stroke, weight, increase, 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 increase. Nope. I got to do what the instructions say. Right click, create outlines. Right click, create outlines. Now I can move the stroke to the outside. Perfect. And that actually might be a little bit too bold right about there. I think that looks pretty close. All right. I'm going to zoom out to my whole page. That's Control 0. Make sure you don't click Control O as in the letter. It's Control the number 0. All right. This is almost done, but hopefully you can pick it up from here. All right. Good luck.